This is The Lead, and I'm Jake Tapper. The pop culture lead. You don't have to wait until Sunday to return to the offices of Sterling Cooper Draper Price. The creator of Mad Men invited us onto the set to preview the hotly anticipated new season. In other national news, better transparency or just TMI? The USDA wants labels to tell you where your meat was raised and slaughtered, whether you want to know or not. And the buried lead. No human has ever contracted a known case of it until now. A deadly virus overseas, and nobody knows how the infection is spreading. Welcome back to The Lead. You may have noticed I'm not sitting at my anchor desk. I'm actually sitting at the desk of Don Draper, ad man extraordinaire and the main character in the hit AMC TV show Mad Men. Millions of fans have been eagerly awaiting the premiere of the sixth and second to last season of the TV show. We were given a rare opportunity to visit the set and talk to the creator and some of the actors, and, well, we filed this report.
Are you alone?
It's been a long 10 months since we left Don Draper at the bar. But this Sunday, millions will return to the offices of Sterling Cooper Draper Price for the season 6 premiere of Mad Men on AMC. Series creator Matthew Weiner invited us to come early. So we're sitting here in Don Draper's office, and it is unbelievably detailed. The whole set, it's incredible.
Yeah, we've tried.
Oh, you two were actually working.
More than tried, the team behind Mad Men meticulously researches every vintage detail of Don Draper's environment. It can get a little crazy. They actually have a job sheet. I mean,
yeah.
Why is this necessary?
For me, it goes back to the idea of the empty suitcases. Like, growing up and watching people on TV and movies, actors pick up suitcases to leave and seeing that they were empty. And I always thought, like, the actors can tell they're empty, and they know they're not going anywhere. And maybe because I'm not an actor and I don't know how they use their imagination to create three-dimensional space, I wanted the set to be detailed, always.
The details matter.
It takes us to a place where we ache to go again.
Since it premiered in 2007, Mad Men has received 15 Emmy Awards and 4 Golden Globes, and it changed the game for AMC, paving the way for the highbrow scripted series that are now taking over cable TV.
I feel very lucky to be working in television right now. There's none of it without The Sopranos. It really was both the creative and the business model. And in fact, AMC was very consciously trying to recreate that business model when they bought Mad Men. I mean, you know, it felt like an HBO show to everyone but HBO, actually.
Do you, has HBO ever expressed regret for passing on the show?
Yes. Yes, they did.
They did?
They did.
Zoopy, zoopy, zoop.
And what a story they've missed. Heavy drinking, heavy petting, and heavy drama have kept viewers tuned in to a bygone era of boys' clubs. Last season, we saw some real changes with the women characters.
Yeah.
Joan prostituted herself.
Yes. I don't know if it was any more prostituting herself than Pete telling American Airlines that his father had died on that plane. I mean, you know, I don't want to take away at all what Joan did. It's a tough thing to do, and it was a story that was based on reality.
Okay, girls, come on in.
How worried or concerned or aware are you when you're writing for your women characters about them not just being Joan and Megan and Peggy, but them being symbolic of women in general?
That's a really good question. I don't want the characters to ever be symbolic in general. Did women have it harder? Yes. Were there women pioneers? Yes. Were there exceptions to every rule? Yes. How did someone succeed in that world? I think the show resonates because things are not that different. I don't want to give a history lesson. I want people to know that these people could be their mothers.
But the dark heart of Mad Men is mysterious, womanizing ad man Don Draper. The last line from the last season is, "Are you alone?"
Yeah.
Is he alone? Is Don Draper alone? Is this what the show is about?
I think it's a big part of his life, yeah. And the ambiguity of that statement after we've seen this man having found love and seeming less alone. I think, you know, there's an existential quality to him as a hero.
An existential quality that will soon come to an end. So this is going to be the second to last season.
Yes.
Why? Why do you have to? It's going.
Oh my God! No one asked me that.
I'm enjoying it. It's going well. I don't. You know, there's. It doesn't really seem any compelling reason to end it anytime soon for me. Anyway.
I feel like, you know, first of all, it's exhausting. I need a break. But the reality of it is that the show has a lifespan. It is mortal, and you really want to end it before you've exceeded the ability to tell a story.
Weiner has thought a lot about endings, including the finale of The Sopranos, a show he used to write for, in which viewers were kept in the dark, literally, as to whether the family got whacked.
To me, it was so provocative and such a great model of how to deal with entertainment.
Power went out. Please tell me you're not going to end Mad Men the way that The Sopranos ended.
If I had thought of it, I would, but it's been done, so I will not.
I don't need to know how Don Draper dies, but if the show is about this existential question, am I alone? Can I ever be happy? Or those questions. There needs to be like a hint at the end about.
I am going to try to use the machinery of my show to give a satisfying ending.
Okay.
I promise. But
I've just devoted a lot of time to this.
The idea that people wouldn't like it would bother me.
Okay.
If people had their way, the first season, Joan and Peggy would be living together. Joan would have given Peggy a makeover. They'd be best friends, and you'd be bored. Leave them wanting more.
This Sunday, the Mad Men premiere is 2 hours long. Weiner calls it a movie to whet the fans' appetites.
There is a sense that someone like Don, and seeing the world through Don's eyes, who is now 40, is going to become out of touch. And it's really the story for all of the characters. They're all sort of moving towards some kind of, hopefully, reconciliation with who they are, but there's quite a fire to walk through.
Well, I can't wait.
Does that sound juicy?
Of course, we cannot talk about the new season of Mad Men without mentioning the worst-kept secret in town. The season will include scenes shot in Hawaii, featuring actors John Hamm and Jessica Paré. Let the speculation begin. It was not enough for Facebook to take over your life. Now it wants to take over your phone. Literally, Mark Zuckerberg reveals Facebook Home. What is it? Our national lead is next.